So record to the- Gentlemen, we're live on YouTube. Mr. Hanna, whenever you're ready, you may start the meeting.
Okay, I'm ready.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Zoning Board of Appeals meet tonight. It's a web-based meeting held via Zoom. We start with a roll call. Mr. Delucia,
Present.
Mr. Rivas,
Present.
Mr. Rose,
Present.
and Mr. Brandon is not here yet. And I'm Joe Hanna, Chairman of the Board. I'm here. I want to take a minute to explain how the meeting works. It's you need four vote to win the application. The applicant present their case. We ask for who's in support and who's in opposition. And then the end of the meeting, we vote on the application. We're gonna try to accept the minute. I think we have enough, right?
Excuse me,
Mr. Delucia?
Mr. Hanna. Would you be able to see Rick Roos in place of Tony or Michael, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Rose will be seated for Tony Ribeiro.
Thank you.
I make a
Yes,
motion to accept the minutes of June 8th, 2023.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So accept. Okay, the next meeting scheduled for July 13, 2023. And I would like to have a motion to open the hearing for 23-05. 23-11 is postponed for the next meeting.
I make a
I make a
motion. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, Peter, I'll go.
Okay.
I make a motion to open up application 23-05, 32 Germantown Road, Beecher Thomas, W. Esquire, agent, Blackman Enterprise LLC, for a public hearing.
I second.
All in favor? We'll take a roll
Aye.
call. Okay,
Oh, roll call.
that's good enough.
Roll call.
That's fine. Okay, anyone representing the 23-05?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Mr. Beecher, let us know what you have in your mind.
Thank you, Mr. Hanna. Good evening, members of the board. I represent NSK Petroleum Wholesale, Inc. They're the prospective purchaser of this particular property at 32 Germantown Road. I filed a couple of letters with the board as part of this application, and I'll just briefly go through some of the points in those letters. This property is 0.6 of an acre, and it's located in the CG20 commercial zone. We received special exception and site plan approvals from the Planning Commission on June 7th to operate this gas station and the convenience market. In order to secure those approvals, our plans were fully vetted by both the Planning and Zoning Department and the Planning Commission itself. So you do have the benefit of that work having been completed. The approval by the Planning Commission necessarily included findings that the uses are permitted on this property in this zone and that the project complies with the Danbury zoning regulations. By way of background, for decades, gas sales occurred on this property. In 1971, this board issued a certificate of approval for a gas service station for the Atlantic Richfield Company. The existing building and gas station were built in 1972. It later became a Sunoco station. The owner of this property, Mr. Blackman, removed the gas pumps and the underground gas tanks. Brand new ones will now have to be installed, which is actually a positive. The canopy that was built to shelter the former gas pumps is still there. In more recent years, Mr. Blackman chose to just concentrate his business on car repairs. It was called Blackman's Auto Repair. This project is not a tear down and rebuild. We're reusing the existing building. The existing garage will be converted into the convenience market, and there won't be any automobile repair services there anymore. The building's only 1,922 square feet, and the property is served by city water and sewer. This application to this board is for a certificate of location approval for the sale of gasoline pursuant to Connecticut General Statute Section 14-321, and also pursuant to Sections 3E9D and 11C of the Danbury zoning regulations. Most of you have probably received this type of location approval application before and reviewed one. This is not a variance application. It's different. The board's duty pursuant to General Statute Section 14-321 of the general statutes is simply for you to determine whether the site is a suitable location for the sale of gasoline. The statutes do not, unfortunately, include any criteria for you in making your decision. In evaluating the suitability of the site for the proposed gas station, the board is acting as a special agent of the state of Connecticut Motor Vehicle Department under Section 14-321. The Motor Vehicle Department doesn't know the zoning regulations of 169 cities and towns in the state of Connecticut. So by statute, they're relying on a local board or commission to make this determination for them. Section 11C of the Danbury zoning regulations states that the board, in quote, determining the suitability of a location for a business involved in the sale of gasoline, shall determine whether the use proposed is a use that is permitted in the zoning district in which the site is located, close quote. The use is permitted in the CG20 zone where this property is located, pursuant to Section 5A-2B of the regulations. In addition, the Danbury Planning Commission found that the use is suitable and appropriate and granted both the special exception approval and the site plan approval for this project on June 7th, as I said. And that's due to the fact that this gas station complies with the regulations. And I submitted a copy of that planning approval to you, as well as a copy of the final site plan for the property that was approved by the Planning Commission. So as I said in my letter to you, I'd respectfully ask you to approve this application and find the following: that this location is suitable for the gas station and sale of gasoline, that the gas station is a permitted use at this location in the CG20 zone, as evidenced by the special exception and site plan approval, and that the proposed gas station at this location does not pose any issues of health or safety. And that's really my presentation. Thank you.
The car repair will be closed and then open grocery store. That's what.
A little convenience market, correct. Yes, Mr. Blackman is, from what I understand, looking forward to retirement.
Okay.
Attorney Beecher, just one question. I understand all the variances and setbacks and what have you. Wouldn't this almost fall under pre-existing and almost not even need to get a variance for that reason, or?
This isn't a variance application, Mr. DeLucia.
Okay, yeah.
This is the statutory requirement that we have to come in Danbury. It's the ZBA that does this particular approval by statute. No, we had to get a special exception approval from the Planning Commission. So
Okay,
it was the usual. We had 2 or 3 public hearings and finalized that and got the approval. No, this is really just a statutory thing. I don't want to diminish your role as the board, but it would be more important, let's say, if it was a permitted use that didn't require a special exception, then there'd be no commission or board reviewing this
I
application.
see.
In this case, in Danbury, It does go through the special exception process, but nevertheless, under the regulations and by statute, we need this location approval pursuant to the DMV regulation.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Beecher.
Any other questions from the board? Mr. Davis, you're so quiet tonight.
This is pretty straightforward. No
Okay,
questions from me.
all right. Well, anyone in favor of this application?
Mr. Hannah, can we close this application, please?
Excuse me?
Can we close this application before you vote?
No, we gotta ask if anybody.
Oh, I'm
opposes.
sorry. I'm sorry. My mistake.
Okay. Anybody in favor of this application? Anyone in opposition for this application? Anyone in opposition? All right, now we can close.
I make a motion to
Um,
close 23-0532 Germantown Road. Beecher Thomas Esquire, Agent Blackman Enterprises LLC, CG20 Zone, NSK Petroleum Wholesale Incorporated, Certificate of Location Approval.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, now let's see. Need a motion to vote in this application.
I need I'll make a
Voted.
motion. Yep. I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to open application 23-05 for voting session.
Any second?
Aye.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Right, let's see who is gonna make the motion for whatever.
Make a motion to accept 23-0532 Germantown Road. Beecher Thomas W. Esquire, Agent Blackman Enterprises LLC, CG20 Zone, NSK Petroleum Wholesale Incorporated, Certificate of Location Approval.
I second that motion.
All in favor, take a roll call. Mr. DeLucia,
Aye.
Mr. Rivas,
Aye.
and Mr. Rose,
Aye.
and I say aye. So approved.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you all for coming to the meeting. I didn't realize until a few minutes ago that this was going to be the only matter on, so thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Uh,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we want to say something to Mary. Mary is the last meeting, their last meeting, she retiring. Mary, thank you very much for all your hard work. And
My-
we're gonna miss you. We wish you lots of luck in your retirement.
Thank you, Joe,
We
and
hope
everybody.
you do.
Mary was an honor to serve with you.
Hey, it was
Yes,
my pleasure, and it was wonderful
you.
meeting everybody and getting this wonderful
we're
experience.
gonna miss you. So
Well, I'll miss
good
you
luck
guys.
to
I'll
you.
have
Good
to
luck
tune
to you,
in.
whatever you're doing and you're going.
Thank you. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Thank you for teaching me the ropes.
I think you already
Very-
knew that. All right. Good night,
All
all.
right.
Good
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Everybody.
Now, turn off the recording. Turn off the recording here. Stop recording.